if you can stay on point when nobody's watching, life starts moving different. Today, I want to talk to y'all about staying on point. All right. So, the first point that I want to make is clarity beats motivation. Staying on point starts with being clear on what actually matters and where you're headed. We have to get our priorities in check, y'all. We have to make the main thing the main thing. So if you have a task for a specific day, a specific week, a specific month, a specific year, 5 years, whatever your vision or your direction, wherever you're headed, make that the main thing, okay? Don't put nothing else above that. Only God, of course. We always put God first and, our health. But make sure whatever your vision is, whatever your direction is, stay aligned with that. Stay on one accord with that. All right? The second point that I want to make is distractions are expensive. And I'm not talking about no money. I'm not talking about you having to come out your pocket to spend to spend money on distractions. In a way you kind of do, because I'm just metaphorically speaking that distractions are expensive, but in a way you really do have to pay for distractions. Let's just say you have vices such as smoking or drinking or just going out going out to parties or the club. All of that costs money, literally. But like I say, I'm metaphorically speaking. Every distraction costs you time and energy that you don't get back. Staying on point is about guarding your attention. So when you don't allow your distractions to get in line with your vision, when you tune out the distractions, you save mental bandwidth, which is your focus, you save time, and you save energy. Those three things are essential to reaching your goals. Those three things are essential to staying on point, because, okay, let's just break it down. Your focus, like I say, if you're not focused, if you're not on one accord with the main thing, you're gonna eventually drift off, right? And we don't want to do that. We don't want to allow distractions to throw us off our A game, because it's like when somebody talking to you, right? It's like when somebody talking to you and it's important information, especially if you're like, let's just say a meeting or something, and the person that's giving a presentation, you need to be paying attention because it's information that you need, correct? And you just start drifting off. You just start thinking about all type of stuff like what am I going to listen to when I get in the car? I wonder what this person is doing. I wonder what that person is doing. And that causes you to miss the presentation. It causes you to miss the whole point of that presentation. That presentation could have taught you how to make $1 million. It could have been a big time CEO giving you that presentation in that meeting. And here you go, getting distracted, losing your focus. And now you didn't cost yourself, because there's plenty of ways on how to make $1 million. There's no one way to do anything. It's plenty of ways to do everything. But yeah, with that certain meeting, you let distractions steer you off. You're not focused. It causes you time, because like I say, if you want to go out we're gonna do time and energy with this one. You go to a party, or you want to just go out, or you smoking and you drinking. All of that is cool, don't get me wrong, to each his own, but you wasting time with all of those, because all of the time that you've been partaking in your vices, you could have been putting towards your goals. You could have been using that time and that energy. You could have been applying that time and that energy to what you actually need to apply to. Now you didn't lost some energy points. You didn't lost some clock points because you wanted to partake in other things. So let's not let our distractions get the best of us. All right. On to the next point, man. Discipline keeps you aligned. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline grounds you on days, even when motivation is non-existent. This one is huge. This is a big point, man, because a lot of people think that motivation is the answer. They think, oh man, like I gotta get motivated. I gotta find something that motivates me, something that's gonna pump me up, something that's gonna turn me up. And that might help for that moment. That might even help for a little while. You know, when we all get motivated when we start on a new task, when we start on a new project or something, right? We all get pumped up. But over time, you see that you have to be consistent and you have to maintain those habits. You have to maintain that routine in order to reach your goal that you're trying to reach, right? Your dreams that you're trying to reach. And that motivation fades away, man, whether it's because you get fatigued, you started feeling weary, you started to going back to the distractions, you wanna go to parties or you want to celebrate and it's not finished yet, right? Long live Kobe, job's not finished. You know, he said that in Kobe said that in one of his playoff games when the interviewer asked him, was he, I believe he asked him, was he happy or was he excited about being up? I believe he was up. They were up in the playoffs. They were up by a couple games and they were a couple games away from winning the series. But when an interviewer asked Kobe that, Kobe with a straight face, I mean, man, Kobe, my favorite basketball player, y'all. He said that like with like a stern face. What is there to be happy about? Job's not finished, is it? Nah, it's not finished. Like, so what is there to celebrate? You want to be able to be disciplined. All right, you guys, you want to be disciplined when you stand on point, because once you fade away, and I mean, once that discipline fades away, man, you're not going to be consistent. You're not going to be consistent. Consistent is showing up every single day. Every single day until you reach your goals. You know, you have to mix in rest. I always talk about that. You have to mix in rest and rejuvenation, and you have to recharge. But make sure that you maintain that discipline. So, you know, on the days when you just down and out, man, you probably be going, you know, we all go through stuff mentally, but if you can stay disciplined, it's going to carry you through a lot. It's going to carry you through anything, I promise you. So make sure we doing that, man. You got to be disciplined. As a man, we have to be disciplined. All right. This is also a huge one. Say no to stay locked in. Sometimes staying on point means turning things down. People, invites, comfort, so you don't turn your goals down. So let me repeat that. Sometimes staying on point means turning things down. People, invites, comfort, so you don't turn your goals down. All right? we have to set boundaries, y'all. We have to, and you only got to tell people one time. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. If somebody invites you out somewhere, or if somebody wants to hang out and you have things that you need to achieve, that you have things that you need to accomplish, you can just politely tell them, hey, I'm on this path. I can't afford to be involved with what y'all have going on. Y'all meaning the crowd, the majority, the 99% of the people, because we 1%ers around here, y'all. We locked in. We 1% of the world. We're 1% men. If you're a woman, you watching this, we 1% women. We don't follow the crowd, man. We have to set those boundaries in place. And like I said, you only have to set it one time, right? We have to make sacrifices, y'all. I know, like, y'all, I'm saying all this about how, you know what I'm saying, we can't really be going to parties and smoking and drinking and having a good time. Y'all don't think I want to do that? Like, I'm 23 years old, y'all. I'm 23 years old. Y'all don't think I want to have fun and go out and just be young and turnt? Y'all don't think I want to do that? I do. Honestly, I honestly do. I would love to just wild out. I would love to do that, like, but I know that it's not gonna keep me on point. It's not gonna get me to the level where I want to reach. So I must set those boundaries. I must sacrifice all of the fun right now, so that by the time, like, I'm 23, by the time I say my bad, y'all, a reminder had went off, but by the time I'm in my mid to late 20s, man, we gonna start traveling the world. We gonna really start doing things and seeing things. Not saying I'm a wild out, but I'm gonna start living for real. Like, actually start living, because I'll be financially free by then. I'll actually have credentials. I'll actually deserve to do what I want to do, man. Do as I please, because I have the money to do it, because I put in the work, So sacrifice right now, y'all, for a better later. All right. The last point that I want to make is progress proves your focus. Progress proves your own point. Even the smallest wins stacks, which turns into momentum, right? We be thinking, y'all, that we just be, when we're going after something big, something that's huge to us, we be thinking like, the everyday life of grinding. We be thinking like, damn, like, am I gonna get there? Am I getting there? Am I making progress? And in order to know if you're making progress or not, you have to count your wins. Like I say, even the smallest wins stack up, right? That's the only way you're gonna see your progress, man. Because I won't say the only way, because of course you can see if you made progress if you reach that goal. But I'm saying it's that in between, from starting something to reaching it, that in between is what really matters. It's the journey that matters. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tracking your wins, man. Write down your small wins. Take a step back and reflect on your small wins. Give yourself a pat on the back. Don't stop. Don't celebrate in the middle. You don't have nothing to celebrate, because yes, small wins stack up, but you don't celebrate until you actually get to your real goal. That's where a lot of people mess up. But those small wins builds momentum. Those small wins is the actual growth. There's just like 1 week. Let's just bring fitness into the equation. That's just like 1 week. If you can only do 20 push-ups straight, right? On each set. And then the next week, you push yourself and you do 30 push-ups on each set, right? And then the next week, you do 35 push-ups on each set. You know, those wins just keep stacking and keep stacking and keep stacking. And then pretty soon, you're eventually going to be able to do 50 push-ups per set, you know? And let's say you're doing 3 sets. That means you can probably do 150 push-ups in one session, man. That's boy, your chest gonna be looking, your shit gonna be looking like Randy Orton or something, like Brock Lesnar. You gonna be Brock Lesnar around this John. But nah, just y'all just don't get discouraged when you feel like you're not making huge progress, because even the smallest things, man, it counts. We get 1% better each day. All right, we don't get 100% better each day. That's not realistic, you know. And we big time dreamers, we big time shiners. We don't really focus on what's realistic, but at the same time, when it comes to making progress, you have to give yourself grace, man, because you're putting in this work every single day. You're growing. The result is gonna come. I'm telling you, the results are gonna eventually start showing up, but you have to keep showing up, all right? And yeah, that's what I wanna transition into and leave y'all with this. Staying on point doesn't mean perfection. It's about showing up every day and giving it all that you have to give. All right? So let's keep staying on point. Let's keep giving it our all, you guys, and you got this. We got this. For sure. Just keep believing. That's one of them words I don't like to use. Just keep knowing that you have this. Just keep knowing that if you show up every single day, you can't fail. You can't lose. We winners around here, y'all. We some young shiners for real. We some young kings, all right? This is our world, and let's do this, man. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Thumbnail time. Hey, all right, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.